Hi everybody. Today I'm going to video my paper pumpkin alternatives from the Fluttering Garden paper pumpkin kit. This was the original brochure. I did not make any of the original cards. I usually like, the big dies cuts like that, but I don't know, for some reason that one didn't grab me. So I made all my own alternatives. And it comes with a gray card base, which I thought was kind of strange looking. And I wasn't real thrilled with that, but we always make do, right? And it has these envelopes, which are gorgeous with the white flowers printed at the bottom. And then this is the stamp set, and it's actually a double stamp set because March is always a bonus month. And so we got 2 stamp sets instead of 1. I used this stamp set and this one, I believe. And I think that's all. So let me show you the cards that I came up with. This first one, I'm going to show it to you. I can't fully put it together because I have to teach a class on Monday night. And I don't have, extra pieces because I've already used up a lot of my pieces. So I can show you how I put it together. This is just a basic white card base, standard 8.5 by 5.5, scored a 4 1/4. And then I cut a layer 1/4 inch smaller, or that may be 1/8 of an inch. I don't have my measurements right here in front of me. Let's see, which one is this? I think it's 1/4. I think it's supposed to be 1/4. Then this is also 1/4. Now, if you would rather have 1/16 of an inch border, you can also cut them, a little smaller. I used a piece of a scrap of the Coastal Cabana, and I'm just going to put that across here like so. I cut a piece of Coastal Cabana with the Spotlight on Nature dies. And I'm going to put that in the middle, and I'm going to put the So Grateful for You on top of that, like this. And then I'm just going to add my hummingbird, and I might just add the one, or I can put another, going down over here. So that's my first alternative. And I'm sorry I don't have it already, put together a sample for you. But like I said, I need to show how to put this together in a class on Monday night. So we do that with our customers and show them alternatives. So that's what that one will look like. And then it'll also have some embellishments. Okay, now this is number 2, and I did have it already put together. If I can get it out of the envelope. And I also used a Coastal Cabana base on this one. And I embossed my white layer, which is 1/4 of an inch smaller. And then this one, or that maybe, let me see, what measurements should I use? 5 1/4. Yeah, it says this is 1/4, and then this is more. So, and then I just wanted this to be minimal, so that's just a 1/16 of an inch. And I just cut my envelope, and then glued it to my Coastal Cabana where I wanted, and just cut around it. That's what I did. I didn't even measure it out. And then I just took one of the little strips. They had these, you were supposed to use them behind the, you were supposed to use them like this, but I did not, as a decoration under this panel. And I did not do that. I wanted to use it as its own little tag. And then I just cut a scrap of Coastal Cabana and put that underneath. And then I used Wing of Stella here. And then I had a line because, you know, I wanted it tall. My envelope was not that tall. So I ended up with a score line across here. And I thought, why not make it, you know, a little decor to make it look like it's supposed to be there. So I just took my scoring tool and added a few more lines across there. And I wished I had spaced them out just a little bit more, but I do like the look of the scoring across the top. So that's alternative number 2. And I have the pieces I'm going to teach in a class for Monday. And then my third alternative, I used a Coastal Cabana card base again. Oops, my pieces are all falling out. And I layered it, you know, a 16th with the white and then a 16th with my envelope. And then I took, before I glued my envelope and my white, I glued my white layer and my envelope together. Then I took it and used my perennial postage dies and cut that out of the, you know, both the envelope and the white layer, since those are glued together. So then when I pop that up and I put it on my card base, I can see that shadow of my Coastal Cabana under there. I kind of wish I had popped it up with double dimensionals, because I think that would have been pretty. And then I just added a couple of the hummingbirds. I am kind of partial to the small ones. I really did like the small facing each other, and then just added a few dimensionals. I did take the beautiful tag and just put it across the top. And then that is my third card. And then my fourth card, I used the add-on. Every 3 months, Stampin' Up! Has an add-on die set that you can get. And this is the one for April, May, and June. And I used the sign to make the Have a Beautiful Mother's Day into a little sign. And you can see it's not... And I thought I probably will stick a little dimensional under here so that it looks like it's swinging. And then I just, again, added my 2 little dimensionals, and these are just layered. These were a 16th each layer. And then a few jewels. I mean, these are just really simple layered cards. Now, this is the one I think I like the best. I meant to take these out of this crinkly envelope before I started the video, and I forgot. I'm sorry. This is Pool Party. Now, I took the large stamp set. Let me show you. With Pool Party ink on Pool Party cardstock. And that's just a standard card base. And I used the little small bunch of flower or foliage, whatever, I'm not sure what it is, on the inside. And I didn't put a greeting because I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. And so I used this one. And then for this, I used this big floral spray and some of the little splatter dots. And I would have used these splatter dots, but I did notice they were over there. I had already used these, so, and that's okay. And then I just used another strip, and I think this is 1.5 inches wide, with the Lazy Daisy 3D embossing folder. And I love the way that turned out. I still need to Wink a Stella that. I just noticed that's not shiny. Okay, and then my last card, I did use the whole gray card base, and you don't have to. You could, because you need a second layer of the green for this layer, so you could take this and cut it apart, depending. But like I said, I didn't really, these weren't my favorite bases that we've had, so I just thought, okay, I'm just going to use this one up. And then I used half of another card base that I cut down. But before I cut it down, I cut it in half. And then I used this this floral stamp and went across to make it a continuous flower, like a flower bed. And then I took my old olive ink and my blending brush and colored this. And then I took my really small blending brush and did petal pink on just these flowers. They kind of look like coxcomb is what those kind of look like. And then I took another small brush and used my Highland Heather or Gorgeous Grape, I don't remember which, on these because they kind of reminded me of lavender or lapis, I think is what that was called. And then I just cut it down. And then I grabbed a piece of petal pink to kind of pull in this pink. I could have used the purple, but I had this already cut. And so I thought, well, I'm going to use that. So I just cut a strip of it off, glued it to the back here, and gave me a decorative edge. And then I had some pool party ribbon. This seems a little bulky for this. So I don't think this would mail very well. This might be a card that you would have to give, to someone in person. Or just not use the ribbon. I mean, I think it looks okay without the ribbon. And you could use some twine behind there. So one of my hummingbirds, I'm so grateful for you. And then the strip that I cut off of here after I, did all my coloring, I just used on the inside. And then I will add my greeting when I'm ready to give it to the recipient. So those are my 6 alternatives. And how you think, oh, this is going to be so much, so easy, so much fun to do these alternatives. And then sometimes you get them and go, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So it was a little bit, I guess, tedious when I first got started. But after I got going, then it was a little easier. And then the last one is the one that I could not show you that was already put together. But like I said, I didn't have enough pieces and parts to, go ahead and put a sample together for you. So it'll look something like this. And then another. So those are my cards. Please leave me a like and a comment and tell me which card you like. And please share with your friend. I'm trying to build my channel and it's really slow, but I'm not going to give up. So thanks for watching and have a great day.